Welcome to ChickenMatterTalks. In today's educational documentary, we will explore the origin and history of the Kelso Bloodline chickens, one of the most influential and widely recognized bloodlines in poultry heritage. This video is created strictly for educational, historical, and cultural documentation purposes only. Our discussion focuses on bloodline development, breeding philosophy, physical traits, and responsible poultry care. No harmful activities are shown, promoted, or encouraged. Whether you are a poultry enthusiast, breeder, researcher, or simply curious about heritage chicken bloodlines, this documentary aims to provide accurate, transparent, and respectful information. Understanding bloodlines in poultry history. Before discussing the Kelso bloodline specifically, it is important to understand what a bloodline represents. A bloodline is not simply a name. It is the result of long-term selective breeding, inconsistent trait selection, careful record-keeping, clear breeding goals. Bloodlines reflect the vision and discipline of the breeder, often shaped over decades rather than years. The Kelso bloodline is a strong example of how focused breeding can lead to a lasting and influential poultry family. The origin of the Kelso bloodline. The Kelso bloodline originated in the United States, developed by Walter A. Kelso, a respected American breeder. Walter Kelso was known for his disciplined and thoughtful approach to breeding. Rather than constantly changing stock, he focused on refining and stabilizing traits within a carefully selected foundation. His work began in the early to mid-1900s, during a time when poultry breeders placed great importance on consistency, structure, and performance predictability. Foundation, stock, and early development. The Kelso bloodline was developed using carefully selected foundation chickens, primarily from established American strains. Instead of relying on a single source, Kelso evaluated birds based on physical balance, structural soundness, temperament, reproductive consistency. Only birds that met strict standards were kept for breeding. This selective approach allowed the Kelso bloodline to gradually form a distinct and recognizable identity. Breeding philosophy of Walter Kelso. One of the most important aspects of the Kelso bloodline is its breeding philosophy. Walter Kelso believed in long-term improvement rather than quick results, avoiding excessive crossbreeding, maintaining genetic stability, selecting for balance, not extremes. He emphasized that a good bloodline must reproduce its traits consistently across generations, not just in individual birds. This philosophy helped establish the Kelso bloodline as a reliable and dependable poultry family. Physical characteristics of Kelso chickens. While individual birds may vary, Kelso bloodline chickens are commonly associated with the following traits: medium station with well-balanced posture, clean and proportionate body structure, strong legs, smooth feathering, and firm body condition. Color patterns can vary. Structure and balance are considered more important than appearance alone. Experienced breeders often identify Kelso chickens by their overall harmony and movement, not just feather color. Temperament and behavioral traits. Kelso bloodline chickens are often described as alert and responsive, intelligent and adaptable, calm when properly managed, consistent in behavior. Temperament was an important consideration in Kelso's breeding program, as predictable behavior made the birds easier to manage and breed responsibly. subfamilies within the Kelso bloodline. Over time, the Kelso bloodline developed several recognized subfamilies, each reflecting slight differences based on breeding emphasis. Some well-known Kelso families include white Kelso, yellow-leg Kelso, dark Kelso, related regional Kelso families. These variations emerged naturally as breeders maintained the bloodline, while adapting to local conditions and preferences. Despite these differences, all true Kelso families share core genetic and structural traits. How the Kelso bloodline gained widespread recognition. The Kelso bloodline gained recognition not through popularity alone, but through consistent results over many years. Breeders valued Kelso chickens because they produced uniform offspring, adapted well to different environments, maintained stable traits across generations. As Kelso chickens were shared, traded, and studied, the bloodline spread both nationally and internationally. Role of Kelso bloodline in modern breeding. Today, the Kelso bloodline continues to play an important role in heritage and selective poultry breeding programs. Some breeders maintain pure Kelso lines to preserve genetic integrity, while others use Kelso stock carefully in controlled breeding programs to introduce balance and consistency. Ethical breeding practices remain essential to maintaining the value of the bloodline. Responsible breeding and care practices. Preserving a bloodline like Kelso requires responsibility and commitment. Best practices include proper housing and sanitation, balanced nutrition, regular health checks, ethical selection and culling decisions. Accurate breeding records. Responsible care ensures both animal welfare and bloodline preservation. Common misconceptions about Kelso chickens. A common misconception is that all chickens labeled Kelso are genetically the same. In reality, true Kelso bloodlines have documented lineage. Visual appearance alone does not define purity. Breeding discipline matters more than names. Understanding these facts helps prevent misinformation and supports ethical poultry education. Cultural and historical significance. The Kelso bloodline represents more than just poultry genetics. It reflects a period of disciplined American breeding, the value of patience and consistency, the importance of preserving agricultural heritage. Its continued recognition highlights the lasting impact of responsible breeding philosophy. Transparency notice to viewers. This documentary is presented strictly for educational and historical purposes only. No harmful activities are shown or promoted. ChickenMatterTalks supports ethical learning, responsible breeding, respect for animal welfare, transparency in poultry education. E.T. Conclusion. The Kelso bloodline. Chickens stand as one of the most influential and respected poultry bloodlines in history. Developed through discipline, patience, and long-term vision, the Kelso bloodline remains a valuable example of how careful breeding can create a lasting legacy. Preserving this knowledge helps ensure that future generations understand not only the birds themselves, but also the responsibility that comes with breeding and care. If you found this documentary informative, like the video, subscribe to ChickenMatterTalks. Share this with fellow poultry and heritage enthusiasts. Comment below. Which heritage bloodline would you like us to explore next?